News story that a lot of you actually have quite the opinion on. So reality star Dog the Bounty Hunter, he has joined the Gabby Petito case. So late Saturday, Dog was spotted banging on the door of Brian Laundrie's parents' home in Florida. Brian has been named a person of interest in the case, and he's been missing since September 14th. Here's what Dog, whose real name is Duane Chapman, said about it on Fox News.
This kid is an outdoorsman, so I think he went to, again, where he's comfortable, to the outdoors. Within 48 hours, we probably will have a location where we start the tracking at. Catching this guy will not bring that much justification, but it'll make sure he doesn't do it again.
All right, Jeff, what do you think about Dog joining the case?
My first thought is, does he look for people at night? Because he never takes those sunglasses. that was a weird take, I know. But I was just like, man, he always wears sunglasses. Listen, I think the more people that could put eyes on this or bring awareness to it, right? Because it's become this whole like phenomenon now. It's not even like a missing persons case. It's like a cultural thing that we're doing. And I think that's exactly why he's getting involved, is because he wants some notoriety or recognition from this as well. So I think the more eyes on it, the faster that this man will be found.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this is part of a larger issue, and it's just that in order to market yourself, you need to be out there. Right. Everything is on the internet. Dog needs to get his name in the algorithm because nobody has a real job anymore. People are internet sleuths and people are bloggers and vloggers. And so people have to have a hashtag and how they're going to hit me up and keep those likes going and keep those hearts coming, because that's how we make money now. So it's a little scary, Erica, but I don't know if Dog is just part of the greater ethos at this point.
Well, I would have to say that, you know, being an internet sleuth or a blogger or vlogger could absolutely be a job in this day and age. In fact, people are doing far better doing that than some of the 9 to 5s.
Absolutely.
But I think when it comes down to this, I think you're absolutely right as well. The more eyeballs and the more help, the better. But this comes across as super opportunistic, and the idea that if he were truly trying to help in a greater capacity, perhaps he could have done what he apparently is known for doing, and done it on the DL and then come back and said, I actually found him. That would be far more meaningful than being caught on camera, which seemed like more of a, you know, photo op, knocking on someone's door as if that idea wasn't thought of.
A lot of our viewers agree with you calling him opportunistic. I will say, though, at the end of the day, he has 1,000 tips right now. People are calling that number that he gave out to local stations. So I just hope that they find him, and we'll see if they find him alive, because according to local ranchers out there, they believe that if he is at the Appalachian Trail, that he would have probably gotten eaten by an alligator, because there's so many of them right now out there. So we'll see what happens. Wow. Okay, so Gabby Petito's family held a memorial for their 22-year-old daughter in Long Island over the weekend. Gabby's father, Joe Petito, had some advice for people in relationships. Take a look.
If you knew Gabby, she was always pretty a happy girl. You know, people would gravitate towards her. You know, her nature was always to smile and treat everybody kind. If there's a relationship that you're in that might not be the best thing for you, leave it now.
I think this is a reminder, Eric, I want to hear your opinion, but again, you know, we talk about how everyone's invested in this case, but we forget that this family is mourning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think that everyone has forgotten that this family is mourning, and I think that's why a lot of people are reacting the way that they are for anybody who's trying to use this tragedy for personal gain. This is a father who's just lost his daughter, and his first idea is to put out, based on his tragedy, a warning to other people who might see themselves in his daughter's case, in his daughter's situation. And when we get a personal testimony, I call that being a testimony teacher, it's of the utmost generosity, because you could really use your emotions to protect yourself, but to think about others in this time. And even if it's just one person who will think of their domestic violence or toxic relationship different, then that's worth that entire moment.
Well said. I just have a correction before we move on to the next story. Dog the Bounty Hunter believes he's in the Appalachian Trail. The local ranchers said that if he is indeed in the swamps of Florida, which many of the experts believe, it would be the swamps of Florida where the crocodiles and the alligators would not be a good situation